Welcome one and all. I'm going to take a look at some of the most defined artifacts that we have and hopefully be able to explain a little bit about how someone might be able to begin to see this type of art. So for me, it began with small effigies, finding them in caches. So you find these little clay balls that are full of the little small effigies that you see here on the left. And you notice that there's a bunch of birds inside of them. And so even though you don't know exactly what they are, you pick them up anyway. And you try to find out how they are birds, right? And then once you find out that they're birds, you start looking for more of them in different sizes, of course. And then at some point in time, you discover that there's human faces on these things as well. And because the site that I'm at is kind of like a ceremonial site, I've been able to find some really incredible artifacts. Of course, you can see the hairline separated here with the color. It's a little weird looking at stones as they are statues. It's something that we're not used to. I understand that. But as you can see, this is a statue of a girl with her neck there, and this is all of her hair. Just like a doll. Imagine your nieces, your daughters, how many dolls they have, how many little toys they have. Ancient people were no different. And so today we're going to take a look at just a few. We've got a bunch laid out, but we're not going to take a look at all of these today. This one is painted out right here. I tried to do the shape of the stone a little bit there so that you could see the painted in image, almost like a cartoon. You can see how the black eye is represented there. And so his black eye, his open mouth, so the brown is outlining the character here. It's kind of his Adam's apple right here. That's kind of his chin, right? And then you can see this yellow section here for the bird hat. Perhaps that's the bird's eye. There's also something else painted up on here, just to give you an idea of the level of detail that we're looking at. So there may be a little raven head or something with a long beak right there. So, this is the Birdman. He's depicted right here. And what I really want to show right off the bat, hopefully you guys can see this, is the big eye right here and the beak. So you can see the white, and that's the beak, and that's the white eye that I've drawn out here. Oh. Go ahead and take a look at closely if you can. That way you can kind of get a good idea. You see the shading for the eye, for the pupil. The beak there represented. So before we look at the face and everything else, I think it's a good idea to take a look at this. So the way that they painted these sometimes is with the edges of the stone, they would put the paint on just the edge. So you see how it's a little brighter when we look at it from this angle. And this is really the angle that you should be looking at it in, because it puts out the form of the head and perhaps the little nodules by the nose. Anyway, as you can see, this stone just has a giant portrait on it. It is a depiction of a Birdman and the different phases of him, and we've done a video about that before. So he's in the background here, represented a few different ways. But we have some more to go through, so if you guys are interested in this one, it's a really excellent piece, as you guys can see. These women ones we'll go through right now. So of course we can see these ladies here. Let's go ahead and flip this one over. So we're looking at the paint mostly, the black spot for the eye, and you can see the portrait here. represented as well. Maybe the two noses are kind of close to each other. This is just to give you an idea of what stone art looks like. These are two women portraits. Now, flipping this one over, you can see that there's still a portrait on this side, and there's actually a great one over here as well. So again, the noses together. Let's go ahead and give you a really good close-up look at some of these. So you can see all the carvings and etchings. And for this one, I really want you to take a look at the eye socket, because you can see the round pupil right there represented for the eye. And always just a small little ripple for the lips. And I love the way the jawline is represented here. You can see how all that's done. Fantastic. I'm just guessing it's a girl, could be a boy. Again, on this side, the jawline, the cheek, and the color. So we're looking at the carvings and the color. And as a reminder, the reason why it doesn't just look like one thing is because it is several portraits in one, several people in one. See the shading right here? If you look closely, there's a line right here. See that circle? No. And so, looking at different shades, different colors, it's a fantastic style of art. And I'm so glad that you guys are here with me to experience it as well. Thank you guys for 1,000. It's pretty awesome. A lot of people have been doing this for a lot longer. This is a beautiful one. So tilting it, you see the two pupils represented. I'll finish my statement here in a moment. So looking at it like this, you can see how the textures, there's like a socket here. It's not an eye socket per se, it may be part of the hair, but you can see how the hair shoots back. Let's go ahead and get that edge smooth for you. This one's really great because just looking at it from this side as well. And let's go ahead and take just, we could get lost in each one of these, but I want to show you just a few more of these. This is a pottery piece, so it's very fragile. And let's go ahead and take a look at this one as well. So the same kind of way here. And I'll take a look at this one too at the same time. Whoops. So again, just looking at the shapes of these, you can see how they don't match up perfectly. But where the eyes should be, you can see the carvings and the etchings for them. And this is really what a lot of us are pointing out here, the jaw lines. It's not natural for us to look at stones in this amount of detail. But the people who have found ancient sites, they are out here trying to share this with you. And we hope that you guys are paying attention, because there's a lot more citizens than there are archaeologists, as you guys know. And the archaeologists should be paying attention. Look at the way these eyes are lining up right there in the middle. So there's different portraits and different sizes. So you can see how there's a very small one. These are matching up, but this one's a little bit smaller than this one, right? As far as this edge goes. There's a complicated style of art here, and I believe that this art is important because it has something to do with our human consciousness. It has something to do with how we built ourselves as humans. And the hominoids depicted in this art as well are captivating to me. You can see how I chipped this one. This is all white crystal. So the white crystal there is coming through pretty well, I think. And I'd like you guys to take a look at this portrait here as we go. So again, thank you for 1,000 subscribers. You guys know this is a faceless channel. It's not about me. It's about the art. It's about the site that we found in Graham, North Carolina. And we just want a gazebo build, some recognition for it, something. That's all. Thank you. Bye-bye.